So call to order and 6:08 and pledge allegiance. So gotta get 'em. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic, which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
liberty,
and
justice
for all.
for all.
Public input. Okay, seeing none. Correspondence.
Not.
Very good. Consideration of the minutes from the June 3rd meeting, or do you want to dispense with the reading of those?
Move to dispense with the reading.
Seconded. Bob?
Oh, yes, I just lost you. Hang on, I got you back. We need something seconded?
There's a motion on the floor to dispense with the reading of last month's meeting.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye, carries.
Aye.
So new
Aye.
business. I just got off the phone literally half an hour ago with Harold Harrington from Shipmans. They've made all but just a couple of real minor repairs. The new seat belts are on a truck somewhere. They should be in tomorrow morning, but all the major repairs have been made. The truck got both third party. I literally just got New England testing, just did an aerial test and pump test. Truck passed with flying colors. So the truck has been recertified, both aerial hydraulics and pump wise. Hi, Ralph. So basically, once he gets it back, he's hoping tomorrow they get the seat belts in. There's a couple other minor things. There's a lighting issue that they're going to fix that came up in the inspection report. Obviously, Friday's a holiday, so they're going to lose Friday. He was very confident that they would have it back to us in service, ready to go, fully certified Monday. That's where we're at. Still holding to about the original estimate of the neighborhood of $11,000 or $12,000. That's including aerial testing and pump testing. That's where we're at.
Spectacular.
Yep. So, anybody comments? Any questions?
So, Rich, I'm sorry, did you say, do we have a total for what's?
Not specifically. He's
Okay.
going to try to get that all written up for me tomorrow. The original quote was in the neighborhood of $11,000, and he called yesterday to say that the third party, the company out of Rhode Island, was coming to do the third party UL testing of the aerial. And did we want a pump test as well? I said, yeah, let's just get everything done. It was an additional $250 or $300. So so we're still very well within the estimate. And he's going to send me the exact paperwork tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Yep. Murphy's been sending, the maintenance records as they've been coming up. I know, Fred, you've been helping try to track some of those down. So they have all those. So they have a pretty complete file of everything so far. So it looks like we're good to go.
Mr. Chair, that was the only question I had from previous conversations is, have all the maintenance records been located at this point?
I'll defer to Fred because I know he was working with Scott to locate that stuff.
Okay.
You'd have to ask the chief what he's actually been able to put together. I really couldn't answer the question.
Okay.
I can unmute Scott. He's on. Scott, are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Hi, Scott.
How are you?
Good.
I got everything I had that I was able to send to Shipmans. I sent to Shipmans. What I couldn't, I forwarded it to Chief Toad, and he was able to forward it to Harold over at Shipmans. I got complete records from First Line, Gowans and Knight, and Ed Boughton. And I also got the stuff that Sutphenese did to it and sent it all, forwarded it all right to Shipmans. But I do now have copies of all of that right now. I have copies of it.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Chief. So what I hear is that not all the records were stored at the firehouse, that you had to retrieve them from the previous contractors that you used. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is there evidence that all of the recommended maintenance on both the chassis, engine, and the tower apparatus were performed? Like, do the records show that all the manufacturer specified maintenance was done over the years?
It shows up to a point that a lot of stuff was done, and then it just shows the regular DOT inspections being done. And in conversation with a couple of the vendors, they had no idea that there was an issue with the aerial device, or they would have looked at it for us at that point. Said, okay, thank you. And they sent the paperwork, and then I forwarded it along. So apparently they were not told that there was an issue to look at it and just do the DOT inspections.
What was the last year that up till now that the tower was serviced by one of those other vendors you mentioned?
It went out every year. It was either Boughton, Gallons and Night, or First Line. Would service the truck.
So, Chief, does that mean that you were no longer doing the recommended annual Suffolk service performed by Suffolk?
Sutphen, I get the contract. I gave it to the chief engineer to sign and set up a time for them to come out. I believe they were there 2018. I did not see them there last year for the regular service until he came out. Trevor came out when you guys called him.
Okay.
Yeah, that was always the big thing with that truck, right? You know, after you had your third party, ladder testing, you would always schedule your Suffolk to come out, and they performed a service contract similar to what they just did for us last month.
Right, we'd get the ladder testing back, and if there were any issues there, it would be forwarded right to the service contract when it came out to rectify the situation.
Okay, thank you, Chief, appreciate it.
Just as a quick point of reference, I literally got just not half an hour ago, the email from Shipments of like basically a draft of the inspection report. As soon as I get the actual report, obviously I'll forward it to both the town and the fire department.
Okay.
And I suppose we'll submit it for the record as part of this committee as well.
Yeah, that would be good to have that with the official minutes. And in fact, all official reports, any paperwork you have should be included.
Yeah. I'll send this. I literally got it just a few minutes ago. So I talked to him. I talked to Harrington on the way home. He said, I'll send it right over. I have a draft of the report. He sent it to me. And then I just printed it and sat down for this. So I can actually, if you want, I'll just forward the email to Dion or drop off the hard copies, whichever you want.
Yeah, if you will, just forward it, just email it to me, and then that way I can include it with my minutes. And so really the gist of this meeting, the truck has been recertified.
Correct. All major repairs, all out of what they call class 3. So all major repairs that would render the truck out of service have been rectified and repaired. The truck's been fully repaired to the satisfaction of the Suffolk Authorized Service Center. And then anytime they do any major work to like an aerial, they have to have this third-party testing. So National Engineering and Testing Services out of Rhode Island came in and did what they call a third-party aerial test. Part of the things that Harrington told me is that they did not tell, according to him, they did not tell National why they were recertifying the aerial. They just had them come in so that they weren't like looking for a certain thing or not looking for something else. And they went through the truck and found no issues. They had a couple little things. Hydraulic tank didn't have a sticker on it that said hydraulic oil, so that, you know, some guy would put diesel in it instead of hydraulic, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but they do a full function test, and all the results of the test are in this. And then, like I said, while he had it, he said they're authorized to do certified UL pump testing. That particular aerial apparatus has a pump on it. So while they were there, they did a full certified pump test as well. So the truck is DOT compliant, NFPA compliant for aerial device, and NFPA compliant for a pumping apparatus. So the truck is fully certified, ready to go. He wanted one of the things in the initial report was frayed seatbelts. Like I said, they have a new seatbelts on order. The seatbelts will be in tomorrow. They're going to put those in. They want to clean the truck because, they did a lot of hydraulic work. So the underside is kind of, messed up from that. So they're going to power wash the underside of the truck and everything and get it back to us. His plan is Monday.
Perfect. Okay.
And he'll also, he said by the end of tomorrow, he'll have a full accurate purchase order, drawn up. So we'll have an exact tally of where we are money-wise.
Mhm.
All of which obviously I'll send to you. That's where we're at.
All right.
Good.
So, Mr. Knickerbocker, what would you like next?
Well, when the truck comes back, it's ready to go straight into service immediately. Is that correct?
Yeah, the members of the fire company will restock it, put the equipment that I'm sure is sitting on the floor. They'll put all that back in there and the truck should be ready to roll.
Okay, well, I think the selectmen have to have some conversations about this. We were told some very interesting things throughout this process. We were told that the hydraulics were shot. I'm going from memory here, but I am going to go back through the records, through the minutes and through the meeting videos and reconstruct this. We were told, I remember at one point, I think somebody said the guy who designed the hydraulics had died and therefore could not be repaired. There's a lot of things the selectmen have to sift through on this. And we've been without a truck now in service and had to rely on mutual aid for many months. And I think there has to be some very serious conversations about how to move forward, how to ensure public safety, and how to ensure that we're working together as partners and a team in a atmosphere of mutual trust. So there's a lot of conversations that are going to happen from this point on. And at this point, I'm not going to say any more without having my colleagues with me in an open meeting, properly noticed meeting. But I do want to thank you, all of the gentlemen on this committee. You've done outstanding work, and I really appreciate everything that you've done to really bring this to a conclusion and get this truck back on the road where it belongs. So I'm quite happy about that, and I thank you for your service.
Do disband or just keep planning for the August meeting barring unforeseen circumstances? And then as long as everything is all set, then at that point how do you want to work this?
Well, I would not like to see you disband just yet because I know some of your reports are in draft form.
Yep.
So I would like you to, when you have all the complete reports, I would like to have you meet at least one more time and formally accept those into the record.
Okay.
And then just make sure that those reports say in final form exactly what you expect them in draft form. So that's more or less a formality. So a few weeks down the road, we can take care of that part.
All right. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So anything else to come before the committee? All right. Motion.
Ralph?
What's that, Ralph? You were muted.
He's still muted.
Oh, you're still muted. Wait 1 second, Ralph.
I'm not muted now.
Yeah,
There you go.
I'm good. Yeah, from the great state of Maine.
Nice. What's the time zone there? Oh, never mind. That was before you got on the call. Never mind.
I believe
So,
it's
all right.
almost boat time.
There you go.
So nothing else to come before the committee. Motion to adjourn is in order.
Yeah, make a motion to adjourn.
Second? Anybody?
Second.
All right, so moved. Meetings adjourned. Thanks, everybody. Have a great 4th of July weekend.
Yep, you too, Rich. Thanks, man.
Stay safe,
Bye.
everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good night, y'all.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.